Welcome back, Charm City Bird Nation. This is section 388, where the die-hard Oriole fan sits. I'm Phil, this is Alan and Greg, and we are in June right now. This is June 5th, and we are facing the Astros right now. But we'll take a look at May, and apparently we have the same exact win-loss record as last year, which is awesome, 15-13. And so far this season, we've been very consistent with winning series, and you know, we had that little slump, but we've managed to pick ourselves up. Jim Johnson is kind of back in line now, and our hitting has been very aggressive. So, what are you guys' thoughts so far?
I think comparing to last year, especially at this point in the season, our weakest points was our hitting and our defense.
Mm-hmm.
And we solidified the defense at the end of the season with bringing Machado up and a couple other reassignments. But this season, I think defense is one of the best in the majors. We kind of picked up where we left off. Our hitting is so consistent. It's the most consistent hitting in the major leagues, which hasn't been like that in years.
Thank you, Chris Davis.
Yes.
And Manny Machado.
Thank you. I mean, we have at least 4 or 5 guys hitting over 300, which is awesome. And our pitching is starting to get into place.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't start off that great as far as pitching goes, especially starting pitching, but I think the starters are starting to hit their stride and come, now that we're getting into the grunt of the season, the June and July and August, these summer months are really going to show what we're about.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that you got some of that right there.
Something.
I think.
What did I do wrong?
I think the starting pitching is. I still think with Chen being injured, and Tayoshi, whatever the hell his last name, Wada is.
Tsuyoshi Wada.
Yeah, whatever.
Not a Wada.
He apparently has been just sucking down in the minors.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point in time, I think the pitching is still suspect. They're still barely being able to make it to the 6th inning. We're still depending way too much on the bullpen, even though our bullpen is strong. And by the way, when they sent Stroke down, it got a lot stronger. The pitching is going to be the issue at this point. Our bats, I mean, God, if you look at the amount of runs scored that we've scored this year, we're in the top 5 in the league, which
and we're
is
leading
great.
the majors in home runs.
Yep.
Which is great. Chris Davis, like, what can you say? Where the hell did this guy come from? Last year we heard, he was going to be a good battery, a good power, but I don't think anybody expected what he's done so far this year. And we'll see. We'll see where we go from there.
But in the starting pitcher's defense, Tillman went 7 strong yesterday against the Astros. Yes, the Astros, but still,
But you have to also look at what the Astros have done the past few weeks. Yes, they were terrible at the start. They're not expected to win that many games, but they've been on a little mini tear lately. I mean,
6 games that
we came to
yesterday.
them fresh off a 6-game winning streak. They had just won 6 straight games, so they had a lot of momentum going into this series, and they were dangerous. And you know what? It was a close ball game for most of that.
Mm-hmm. We have to improve our June record and our July record, which last year June was 13-13, and July was like 13-14.
Mm-hmm.
So those 2 months are critical right now, and I feel like if we can get through these 2 months, we can very well be dominant throughout the rest of the season, which we have been in the August and September's.
Well, and that's the thing that separates us from last year, is that our bats were so inconsistent.
Mm-hmm.
We would have a hot streak for maybe a week or 2, and then our bats would be cold for the next 3.
Mm-hmm.
But our pitching got us through it to get those wins. And, I mean, a lot of those were one-run victories. I think this year, if our bats stay hot, I think look out June and July. I think, it's going to be, I think we have potential to end up better than we did last year, which I know the critics are still saying that we're going to be maybe a 500 team at best.
Well, I mean, I would tend to agree with with you on that. We are going to be better. I'm saying that because I truly believe they're going to be better. The competition in the East right now is ridiculous. Toronto is at the bottom, but I don't see how they can get any worse at this point. They have an all-star staff.
Mm-hmm.
They should be up there. But dealing with
Keyword
Tampa Bay,
should be.
dealing with Tampa Bay, dealing with the Red Sox, dealing with the Yankees. Right now, the Red Sox are taking everybody by storm.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be our competitor. Yankees, sorry guys, your time's done. You're an old team. Rivera blew a save like last month. It's the first blown save. I don't know how long it's been, but that team is old, and essentially now I think you're going to see the Yankees kind of fall back.
Mm-hmm.
The Red Sox, you're going to see them move up a little bit, but they're eventually going to hit a slump as well. And I think it's going to be it'll be a good year. I think, like I said, if we're not as good as we were if we're not better than we were last year, we're going to be just as good.
Yeah.
And one of the consistencies from this year to last year, the Brian Roberts watch. Brian Roberts is 2 to 3 weeks away from being back at the team.
Again.
And he's only 3 to 4 weeks from being back on the IR.
And,
we love you, Brian. Come back soon, okay?
Yeah. And Chen is in rehab right now as well. And the big topic has been whether or not Chris Davis should participate in the home run derby. What do you guys think? Should he participate, or does it really matter to you?
Oh, hell yeah, he should participate. He's going to win the thing.
That's what I'm saying.
This guy is a beast. I mean, he's hit 20 home runs. He's already over 50 RBIs for the year. This guy's, I don't remember in the last 15 years a player on the Orioles that's done that.
Well,
so, yes.
And the cool thing is, he's actually on pace. Right now, Miguel Cabrera, once again, is still leading in all categories for that Triple Crown. But Chris Davis is right behind him, like in all 3 categories. He has potential to win a Triple Crown if he keeps up at this pace.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. I think he should do the home run derby. I think it'd be awesome.
But a lot of people are saying, oh, if he does the home run derby in years past, people who participated kind of go into a slump going after the All-Star break.
Okay.
So that's the main concern that everyone's having.
Everyone goes into slumps. It's just all about how you bounce back.
Exactly.
I mean, the year Tejada won, when he was with he won the home run derby. He still went out to have an awesome second half of the season.
Okay.
So I think it'll be good.
What are your thoughts? Just leave your comments below us and keep the discussion going on that. And one last thing that I want to touch on. Like a couple of nights ago at the Washington game, there was a fan dispute over a guy. His name was Matt Fortis. He was wearing a Yankee hat, and 2 Oriole fans knocked him out, and the mat fell down 5 feet onto the concrete and fractured his skull. And I just want to say on behalf of Oriole Nation, we do not behave like this. This is like a rare occurrence. In fact, it never really happens. So on behalf of Oriole Nation, we're sorry. We wish Matt all the best and hope for a speedy recovery. And to the family, we're just praying for him, and our thoughts are with everyone over there. And what are you guys' thoughts? I mean, it's just terrible.
It's a terrible situation. Baltimore, as we were talking about before, is more. We have more classy fans in this.
Mm-hmm.
We don't behave like the Philly fans. Sorry, but all you Philly fans and Eagle fans, you act like this. We're more of a classy crowd. We've spent so many years losing that this is. It's kind of at the point where if we didn't do it then, now that we're winning, we shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
If you're going to go to the game and drink, that's fine, but don't be obnoxious.
Yeah.
If you want to have some friendly banter, back and forth with some Yankee fans, which I'll tell you I do all the time because I hate the Yankees, but
it should be fun.
It should be fun. It should be a two-way, two deal thing, and it shouldn't be anything physical, anything violent. That's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
and we have a lot more class than that.
Yep.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah, and again, those two independent acts do not reflect the Oriole base fans, and again, our thoughts are with him and Yankee Nation. So again, leave comments below us and keep the conversation going. Join us on Facebook and keep the conversation going over there. And until next time, everyone, peace out.
Peace. Bozos and Machados, baby.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
back.
Oh, yeah.